thank you for the $5. My problem is I get into too much and end up sucking at all of it. That's why you pick one thing to be your main thing. That's why you pick the one thing and you say, I'm gonna become the smartest person in the room about this one thing. And if you want it to be like, if you're ADHD brain and you can't focus on just like one thing, right? You're like, you know, I can't just sit down and learn about warships. That's fine. You can become the smartest person in the room about the series of USS Enterprise ships. You could become the smartest person in the room about one particular ship. And you could make fucking groundbreaking discoveries or whatever the hell. You know, people like people who are educated. Getting called a nerd is like a meme and everything. And generally people prefer people who are just charismatic on top of that. But people like people who know things. And knowing things will give you confidence. It's a very powerful and underrated tool to have. I'm a polymath and can learn anything and everything. People didn't like that in my elementary school, so I was an outcast the whole 8 years. Well, I guess you should have learned social skills if you're a polymath then. I'm sorry, that was mean. But like, no, people, it depends on like how you present it. You know, one thing, I feel like the best thing is I'm the same way! I didn't learn social skills. I used to think I was hot shit and the smartest person in the room, but I wasn't smart enough to learn how to fucking communicate like a person. So what does that say about me? But, I'm sorry. What was I gonna say? My second advice for life is to just not force yourself on other people. Like, and not in like the sex pest kind of way. Obviously, don't be a sex pest. Don't force yourself on people like that. But on top of that, in general, don't go out of your way to engage with people if you don't feel like it, you know? Like, there's nothing wrong with keeping to yourself. No offense taken? Okay. Like, I'm not saying you have to be like an introvert or you have to not talk to anybody ever. But yeah, let it come naturally, basically. Let it come naturally. When people talk to you, don't shy away from it. But also don't take it as like, oh, this person's talking to me. I need to make the most of this conversation. I need to do this and that and this and that and this and that. And oh my god, what if they hate me? Because that's a third piece of advice! This is just stuff that I've learned. This is stuff that works for me. If it doesn't work for you, I'm sorry. And if you're like, oh my god, Pippa, you're so fucking stupid. Stop giving advice when you yourself are terrible. Whatever the fuck. I'm learning and growing just like anybody else. So what worked for me is to take things casually and to not worry about whether or not the other person likes you, because what matters at the end of the day is whether or not you like them.